To this day.
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 There you have it, guys. There is Zeilei, Big Bang Zhang, stating that the power of Deontay Wilder is indeed real, okay? But I took it, all right? And my counterpunch to that is, it's a good thing to hear someone explain, reveal how someone punches, because the narrative was brewing that Wilder no longer had the power after he went on his trip to the psychedelic land of wherever he went to take ashwagandha, ayahuasca. Ashwagandha is actually a good thing. He should have stayed with ashwagandha, but no, ayahuasca. And he, you know, a lot of people think like, okay, well, he doesn't have the power no more. It's not there. It's not real. And I think what people need to understand is someone like Zhilei Zhang took those punches. You know, I equate also, though, Wilder being that small, I think because of stress, is not helpful for him. I think he needs to be about 220 pounds, a healthy 220, get him on a nice diet, a healthy diet. Nothing that's going to keep him like that thin. You're that tall and that thin, that's not a good thing. Especially fighting someone 300 pounds, because that's every bit of Zhilei Zhang. He's about 290. Okay, that's a lot of weight, bro, to be fighting and hitting someone. And see, the bigger you are, though, I think the more you can take. It's better for his foundation, you know, as opposed to someone like Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, the fat Ruiz, could take shots. He could take the left hook and get dropped with Anthony Joshua and then get back up and then rally and win. Whereas when he lost that weight, he couldn't do the same. So maybe someone like Zhang is better. Sometimes weight is better for boxers. This is not a bodybuilding club. This is not a contest. This is not how good you look in your body. This is how good you can fight and what can help you fight better. That's what this is about. As far as Wilder goes, Wilder needs to gain more. As far as Zhang goes, he probably needs to stay the same. The only thing you question is, wait, hey, if he does lose weight, does it help his stamina? Right? Does it help his stamina? Does it? Maybe, maybe not. But then again, what does it hurt? See, it could help his stamina, but it might take away from his punch resistance. Okay, so that happens a lot of times in the sport. Again, Andy Ruiz, look at him as an example. You know, he didn't take shots as well, taking them from the 40-year-old Chris Arreola at the time. Okay, but understand, Chris Arreola beforehand fought Andy Ruiz, well, and sparred him, and he said, well, oh, this dude could really fight, and he really gave me, you know, a go, right? So I think, if anything, Zhilei Zhang making it clear, I think it's a warning to other people that think, oh man, Wilder's gone, because when you hear things over and over and over again, you start to believe it. A lot of times, unfortunately, in a lot of cases, because what took place with Wilder is the next person that goes in there with Wilder and thinks he's a chump may get knocked out. And all I'm saying is, don't be surprised if that happens, when that happens. If Wilder comes back, then he fights the next person, whoever that person is, and he knocks them spark out, people are going to be then, huh? I didn't think he had the power. No, you were listening to people that probably despise Wilder, that didn't really like Wilder, that hoped he lost the power. Okay, that's two different things. Wanting someone not to have it no more versus them not having it no more is two different things. You know what I mean? So people that saying that, they may be pushing that narrative that, hey, you know, Wilder don't got it no more. Maybe his punch resistance is gone, but that's a whole nother issue. What if he punches you That's a totally different issue. If you can't punch versus what you can't take from someone else are two different things. Now, they're all needed, but at the same time, if you're saying Wilder can't punch, okay, well, go ahead and get punched by him and see what happens. Go in there and get caught at the end of that shot and see if you won't be like everybody else that got hit, except for Zeilei, Zhang, and Joseph Parker. To be fair, though, he didn't really catch Parker like that. Parker stayed closer to him and caught him with shorter, quicker shots like he was supposed to. He followed a game plan. Wilder just thought, I can just knock you out, the barbaric route, bars. But it didn't work that way. Okay, didn't work that way at all. So I think with Zhang, he was the one that took the shots, but he's letting people know, like, listen, it's real, but guess what? I took it with stride, right? I took those shots. I made sure that, hey, you're not going to get me out of those with that shot. But then again, here's the thing. I always wanted Wilder to do more with combinations. That's why I do get like a little excited when I do see him, you know what I mean? When I do see him put something together besides one jab and a right hand, because we've seen that over and over and over again. So when people see Wilder, they would expect that, and that's what they anticipate. And he's not a hard person to form a game plan up against. So yeah, but this is good news. Because for the Wilder fans, you guys can say, well, hey, see, Zhang's hurt it because that's the last person he fought, even though Zhang knocked him out in round 5. But still, he felt the shots. Now, the only thing I'm questioning is, why is he saying it now? That's my only question, because he wasn't really saying it. He said, well, I really couldn't fight. He really couldn't punch. Now he's saying, no, the punches is real. But, I took it. You know what I mean? But to be fair, Zeilei Zhang, is a pretty big, stable dude. So he hasn't hit the canvas. So for the most part, his chin is intact. It's still intact, despite his age. Okay, he has to get in there with the right puncher. Will that be Macaulay? Will that be Aget Caballero? I don't know. We have to see. You guys tell me what you think of Zeilei Zhang releasing this new news concerning Deontay Wilder's power. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.